the fundamental mechanics of the universe are based upon sacrifice. At no point in time in life have you seen a person achieve something that's worth a lot or even worth anything. At no point has this person not had to sacrifice. The way that this all works is that in order to elevate, you have to give an offering. You have to give something. You have to put equity, show that this is where I want to be. And as a result of wanting to be in that place, this is what I'm going to give you. Now, you usually hear about sacrifice or sacrifices in the old times where they would sacrificing babies, right? Even though I think that's evil, they were sacrificing babies. They would sacrifice people. Biblically, they would sacrifice animals, right? And spread the blood on the altar. So it's always going to lead back to sacrifice when you are examining your life and you are trying to understand why you're not elevating or what it's going to take for you to accomplish a goal. If you've been taking certain steps and you have a habit of living, we are creatures of habit. So you've been living a certain way for 5 or 10 years, yet you are wanting or you're desiring a different result. But you can't understand why you can't get that result because you haven't examined your behavior and you haven't offered anything, right? You haven't given a present. You haven't offered the universe anything. You haven't offered the Creator anything for what it is that you want in return. Case in point, if I want my health to be, if a person wants their health to be better, and maybe they have liver issues, but maybe they drink and maybe they smoke, and they think that it's okay to drink and smoke, and they say, you know what, I'm just drinking and smoking on the weekend. Well, drinking and smoking on the weekend is the same thing as allowing a drop of gasoline maybe every 10 minutes or 5 minutes, a drop of gasoline on a big house that's already on fire. It's a drop of gasoline. Now, it may not be much, but that gasoline has been known to be inflammable. The gasoline has been known to be a catalyst for fires, no matter how small it is. So we may look at it as minute, but it's something that is keeping the fire going, so the fire can never get put out. And so when you look at these celebrities, you always see it all the time. You always see a person, right, in the occult, in the dark world or the dark arts. You always notice they say so-and-so sacrificed their family or they sacrificed this individual. And so what will happen is they will go from this position and then next thing you know, they're making 50 million or 100 million. Or they may have to sacrifice their manhood, right? Many men, it's been said that many men have to engage in a lot of hedonistic, lewd acts in order to get a contract, in order to get a part in the movie, in order to be elevated to said position. I am not suggesting that you make those type of sacrifices. The type of sacrifices that I'm suggesting is that these are sacrifices where you don't risk your integrity, you don't risk yourself, but you do make a commitment. And actually any sacrifice that I'm recommending that you give is going to be a sacrifice that's going to improve your life. So maybe you have a certain sickness and I'm saying sacrifice eating these honey cakes, sacrifice eating these cheddar biscuits, sacrifice eating these walrus nuggets, sacrifice eating certain foods that are actually no good for you, sacrifice partying on the weekend to get the result that you want. You are offering, you are saying, listen, universe, God, creator, I want to give this up. This is what I've been doing. This has been a part of my life. But what I realized is that this has not been helping me. So you know what? I looked around my life and I asked myself, what could I give up? And I'm going to give this up. And in return, this is going to help me to get to the destination that I want. But at no point, and you can look at anybody. You can look at anybody, whether you might think that they're evil, whether you might think that they're good. If they have a position that is enviable, right? That is envied by people, or if they have a certain status, or if they have certain successes, these people have given up certain things and they have tremendous work ethic. And so this is the base, right? This is the fundamental mechanics of the universe. No sacrifice, no reward. It's simply that simple. Just that simple. So continuing to live a certain way, you're not giving up anything. What do you have invested? To sacrifice is to invest. When you invest and you put money down, you can purchase your home. You have properties, you have investment properties you put in, but you couldn't just walk up and say, hey, give me that building. That's what that's like with people when I think about the things that they want and they're trying to achieve these things, but they can't. Hey, give me those 2 buildings right there. Where's the money? Where's the 150? Where's the 200,000? Where's the deposit? So should I just give it to everybody that just comes up off the street? If I own it, should I just give it to anybody that says, hey, give me that? Where's the investment? And so this is what you have to do. There has to be a sacrifice. Something has to go in order for you to go higher. Something has to be left behind, but because essentially it's dead weight. That's what is, when you give up, if I can give up something and I can go higher, that meant that it was dead weight. And it meant that it was preventing me from reaching the heights that I needed to be at. And the more you sacrifice, the more you're going to get. So when you look at certain people, they live strict, disciplined lives. And you look at their life and you say, wow, I respect what this person has done. Look at how they're living. But then when you pull the curtain back and you see the amount of sacrifices, you see the things that they don't do, because usually you saying no to something is going to be the reason why you arrive at the destination that you want. And you saying yes to things is going to be the reason that you don't arrive. The ability to say no, to sacrifice doing something, is going to get you there. And the ability to always say yes is going to be your kryptonite. It's going to be the reason that you don't get there. So when you examine this on a simple level, it's easy to understand. See, it's really simple to achieve things. It's really simple to accomplish things. Everybody usually knows what they need to do. People usually know. I know. You know that you got to stop eating that. You know that you got to stop hanging out there. You know that this person is bad for you, but you won't sacrifice that. And because you won't sacrifice it, you have to live with the outcomes associated with always being around that person. Now, that would make you a person that doesn't have it all here if you will continue to, and most people don't have it all here. And that's not a negative thing. It's like you don't have it because you keep doing the same thing. And you're looking like, what's going on? Why can't I get a different result? It's like you keep walking into the quicksand. And the more, the deeper you walk into the more you walk into the quicksand and you try to get out of the quicksand, the deeper you sink. Sacrifices is the fundamental law of the universe when it comes to success, achievement, spoils, doing well. This is what you will have to base everything on. If you think that you're going to live how you want and have everything you want, it's not going to work without giving up. Without giving up something. If you look at people that lose weight, they can go there, they can show you a list of what they stopped doing. They can show you a list of what they sacrificed. If you look at people that are successful in marriage, they can show you a list of what they had to sacrifice for the marriage to work. If you look at the people that have marriages that did not work, they can also show you a list of what they didn't sacrifice. If you look at the people that continues to gain weight, that can never lose the weight, they can show you a list of what they're unwilling to sacrifice or what they didn't sacrifice. Because the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Everything is right in front of you. All of the answers are right in front of you. If you would just pay attention, life is very simple. Most of us know what we need to do because we always have that internal GPS guiding us, usually. But at the bottom of it all is sacrifice. Are you willing to get away from certain people? Are you willing to give up certain people? Not in a way that you want them to lose their life, but sacrifice the time that you hang around with these people, the time that you're spending. Because that time that you're spending is affecting you. You've been spending the last 10 years and you haven't gotten the results, or the last 5 years, or the last year. So somebody or something, that's a sacrifice. Somebody or something has to be let go. What is it? To go up, you have to give up, right? So you're going to have to give up some of those things. This is not, what is hard is actually you doing it. It's not hard to know it. That's what's hard for most people. And so the question is going to be, do I really want this or not? I beg you to just go down the list of anybody that you can see, that you respect, that you admire. They can pull out, this is what I had to stop doing. This is what I had to sacrifice. It's a simple thing, but yet very few are able to do it. To go up, you have to give up. It's easy. You have to invest. You have to offer. For me to get on this airplane, here is my investment. Here's my offering. I said that I wanted this. So guess what? I have a seat reserved because I gave up money that I worked for. I took money from my bank account. I sacrificed. I gave up the money. Here is my seat. If you want your seat or in your desires, if you want your place in society, where's your offering? And it is usually the harder the thing that you give up, the harder that it is, usually the more extreme that it is, the more extreme the elevation, the result. When you do a total 360 in the things that you do day to day, you have to know that you're going to do a total 360 in the things that you receive, in the good parts. So this is it. What do you want? And what are you willing to give up to get it? Is the question.